Hey guys, welcome back to another update video on my Bitfenix Prodigy M. So today we're going to be doing cable sleeving. I'm going to show you how I do it. You can see I already did the graphics card cables right here. And I don't know if this is going to be the placement of the cabling. I'm probably going to run this part back farther. I just wanted to show you how it looks so far. I'm going to show you how I sleeve the 24 pin connector, as well as I already sleeved most of my 8-pin motherboard power connector, but I left one to sleeve to show you guys how I do it. And the 24 pin connector, I have a secret way that I do it, that it's not like a big secret, but it's a way to do it to save some money, because this is the one that's going to cost you, because it's 24 cables. So you have to order more cabling to do it, but the way I do it, it's kind of a cheat way that works good with small builds like this, that you don't really see much of the actual cable. I'll show you what I mean. Here are some of the tools that I use for my sleeving. I use a razor blade, a lighter that's weirdly color matched to my build. I didn't plan that, I swear. Needle nose pliers, just I use the smallest flathead screwdriver in like one of those precision tool kits. And then this is the most important. I got this through Lutro0 Customs, and that's who I bought the sleeving from. It's green and black Telios 4mm sleeving, if you're wondering. And this is the little tool they send with you to get the ATX pins out, which are a pain in the ass. It's a little bent right now, but that's on purpose, and I'll show you why. I also use tweezers occasionally, just for pulling, I don't know, I haven't even used them that much. But I use electrical tape, I'll show you why I use that, and then scissors. Okay guys, so here's my secret. I only do about 7 inches worth of sleeving on the 24 pin, because it takes so much sleeving to do this fully. A lot of people will take apart, or a lot of people who have a non-modular power supply like I do, they'll take apart their power supply and sleeve the cables all the way inside, which is nice, but for me and my build, you don't even see the input of where my cables go into the power supply in my build, so it's kind of unnecessary. And you really only see this much of it, kind of. It's tucked about there. I just put a little extra just in case, but it's like it bends over and it's like that. So there's really no point of wasting all that cabling, and if it's just going to be hidden in the back. That's the way I see it. Some people don't like to do it like that. They think it's cheating. But whatever, man. I'm in it to save money, and if you are, it's a good alternative. So what I do is I cut the heat shrink. The heat shrink is on like this, and I just cut that off. And then at the end, when I'm done with sleeving them all, I'll just wrap it and then put some electrical tape around it. Keep it like this. Tighten up the cables too to make it look nice and neat. I might put like a zip tie on it or something to keep it just, I want it to have that nice clean kind of straight look to it, like Lutro Customs you see there sometimes. And we'll see how it looks at the end. I'll show you guys, but I'm going to show you guys how I sleeve the cables actually. Well, you can see that on my 8-pin connector as well as my graphics card. I actually do sleeve it most of the way. I still don't go all the way into the, I left the power supply in my computer. I didn't even have to take it out to do the sleeving, which is convenient in my case, because I have all this acrylic tubing around, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to shimmy my power supply out of there without knocking into any of the tubing. So if you're in a situation like me, it's easier to do it like this. Alright, I'm going to show you how I actually go about taking the pin out and sleeving it, the process I use. Okay guys, we're going to start by, well, I sleeve this whole thing except just this one cable right here. We're going to start by taking our little tool. If you don't have this tool, you can make one out of staples. Just look it up. I've seen people do it, but it's a giant pain in the ass. I really suggest investing in this tool. It's only like $9. It definitely does help out. A lot of people will do it by just taking both ends and sticking one on each end of the hole, kind of like this, and then putting it in. and just shimmying and just like shaking it around kind of like that until you can pull it out. But a lot of times that doesn't work. What I do is I squeeze it together as close as I can and put both ends into one side. Let's see if I can do this. Just like that. Both ends into one side and then push down as much as it'll go. And then do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully I'm getting most of this on camera. Same thing on the other side. Push it all the way down. Give it a little shake. Because basically there's two tabs, one on each side, and they're kind of hooked into the plastic. And you need to push those tabs down in order for the thing to slide out. Alright, so now that I did that, it should come out. Usually I'll wrap it and give it a pretty good tug. There we go. It comes out. Alright guys, so now that we got the cable out, we're going to go ahead and sleeve it. We're using for the last one, we're using a green cable, because I kind of went, for the 8-pin, I kind of went with a 2 green on the outside, 4 green on the inside, and then another 2 green on the outside. On the other ones, I went with more green than black, but 8 was kind of a weird pattern, but it looks pretty good. Alright, let's get the sleeving for this. Really, there's not much to it. A lot of people buy tools to help you slide it through, but you really don't need to. You just kind of slide it through, keep pushing it. If you get to a point where it won't push anymore, it's getting kind of difficult. This is an easy trick. Alright, now all you do is you find where it is. It feels like it's right there, and then you just go like this. Kind of squeeze and then pull. Squeeze, pull. And you can feel the cable like shimmying down. There we go. You can see it too, that it's going down. There we go, almost got it. I just make them all like pretty much the same length. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see, that's about right. Then we take it here. You just find the end. There we go. Then you just get the end through. There it is. Oh man, this camera just does not want to focus. I need a real camera, not a cell phone. Alright, now all I do is take the lighter and burn the ends and twist as I burn. If you do it quick, it doesn't get hot and it won't burn you, but if you hold it on a while, and by a while I mean like more than that, it will burn. So be careful. I like to do my sleeving heat shrinkless. I think the heat shrink kind of makes it look ugly in my opinion. It's better if you can just do this technique, and that way it won't slide off. Right now it's still a little loose. I just gotta keep doing that. Pretty much all you do is keep burning and twisting until you get a snug fit. After you have your sleeve on how you need it, you just gotta burn the edges and twist them until it looks kind of like that. Don't forget to flap your little pin things back out, because they get pushed in from when you use the tool. To do that, that's kind of why I have these tools. I use them just to get in there, kind of flip them back out. Sometimes they can be tricky. Alright, now you just kind of push it in, give it a little force. And there you go. Looks good. Nice clean all these cables came out actually really clean. Good, now that one's good to go. And now I'll show you guys the completion of the 24 pin. For the 24 pin, I'm kind of going for a 3 green, 2 black, 2 green, 2 black, and then another 3 green on the end. So it's 3, 2, 2, 2, 3. You'll see how it's going to look pretty sick when it's done. You'll see. Now that the 8 pin's done, I want to show you what I do. I put it I keep a little bit of that Corsair sleeving left, and I just tuck my cables in there, and then I take some electrical tape, tape it up. This is a rare glimpse into the back of my PC with my Corsair Force GTs. I have them in RAID 0 for some super speed. They're pretty quick, but I'm planning on getting some new SSDs because these ones are getting a little outdated. There we go. You just kind of take electrical tape, wrap it around nice and tight. As long as that stays in the back and you don't see it, it doesn't really matter if it's tucked in to the actual power supply, because you're not going to see it anyway, so who cares? Alright, now all I'm going to do is tuck that back through and then plug it in, and we'll see how it looks. So I finished the 24 pin connector. It took a while, man. It's pretty easy to do it, but it's time consuming. It looks pretty good though. I have this zip tie here to try to keep them straight in a way. I've heard of people sewing the actual sleeving together to get kind of like a straight, like more consistent type of look to it, if that makes sense. Because this is kind of all flowing around at different angles, but if you sew it together you can get it looking pretty fresh. But I don't know if I'm going to go that far. So yeah, I just kind of taped it right there. And then I'll show you guys the finished product when I have all my cables hooked up and kind of tucked back where I want them. I have the, I don't know if you could see. I have the 8 pin hooked up back there, but I'll show you that when everything's turned on and the LEDs will really bring out the look of it. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. I think it looks pretty damn good. Here's the GPU cables. And then I got the 24 pin back there. I think that came out actually really good. I curved it around and then it goes behind the power supply. I kind of want to get a cable comb to go with the 24 pin connector. If you haven't seen those, check it out. It's this little comb looking thing that you hook into the cables. I actually have one on the 6 pin. It's this revolver cable comb that Lutro0 Customs sells. They were just out of the ones for the 24 pin connector, so that's the only reason I didn't get it. But it kind of keeps the cables straighter, but as I have it right now, it looks pretty sick. And then you could see on the bottom there, I got the motherboard cable kind of just going across. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you're enjoying my my Prodigy M update videos. I'll try to keep them rolling out. I'm probably just going to keep modding it once I figure out more stuff to do to it. Stay tuned, I probably got more gaming videos coming out. I just finished Life is Strange episode 1. That game is awesome. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do that. Be sure to like and subscribe for more of these PC videos, gaming content. I still got giveaways I'm doing. I gotta announce the winners and I'm gonna announce new giveaways. But alright guys, stay tuned and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.